So think back to the transistor for a second. This incredibly small invention.
Right.
But it basically triggered the entire information age. Sparked innovations nobody could have imagined back then.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it, how something so, well, contained technologically just unleashed this massive global shift.
Exactly. It's a powerful reminder that tiny things can have these huge, totally unforeseen consequences.
And it really makes you wonder, what's the next transistor moment? Where is it coming from?
Well, that brings us right to artificial intelligence, doesn't it? AI.
Mm-hmm.
It really feels like we might be on the cusp of another, fundamental shift, especially in how we work, how society is structured.
It certainly has that potential. The buzz is huge.
It is.
Yeah.
And that's why for this deep dive, we're trying to step back from just the hype cycle, the day-to-day headlines.
Yeah, we want to try and unpack the more tangible ways AI could actually weave itself into our professional lives, even if it's still hypothetical right now.
Right. Move beyond the big splashy claims and ask some critical questions like, what are the realistic scenarios here?
Okay.
For instance, jobs. What does AI really mean for employment? Are we talking mass unemployment, like some fear?
Yeah.
Or are we going to see millions of totally new roles pop up that we can't even picture yet?
Well, history with tech disruption usually shows more of a transformation, Jobs change, new ones appear. But the speed and the sheer scale of AI, that could be different. It poses, let's say, unique challenges for how fast the workforce can actually adapt.
So we need to be thinking about things like reskilling.
Proactively, yes. Reskilling, upskilling, absolutely critical.
And what about all this talk of productivity gains? Everyone promises AI will make us massively more productive.
Right. The big promise.
Is that like a guaranteed thing? And maybe more importantly, who actually benefits if it happens? Does it get shared or just, concentrate wealth even more?
The potential for really significant productivity leaps is definitely on the table.
Yeah.
But if you look at past tech shifts, getting those benefits shared widely, that doesn't just happen automatically. It usually takes, deliberate policy, societal choices.
Okay. Policy choices. So let's shift to collaboration then. Humans and AI working side by side.
The augmentation idea.
Yeah, sounds good in theory. But what does effective collaboration actually look like? How do we make sure AI genuinely enhances what humans do?
Without just creating new kinds of tedious work for people.
Exactly. We don't want to just end up as AI's assistants doing the boring bits it can't.
No, absolutely not. And truly effective collaboration, I think, really hinges on thoughtful design, how the systems are built and implemented.
Design how?
Focusing on how AI can, say, augment our skills, take over the truly repetitive stuff, freeing us up for more complex thinking, more creativity.
Okay, so freeing us up, not just offloading tasks.
Precisely. Not just pushing the unwanted work onto humans.
Makes sense. So looking even broader now, beyond just the job numbers or tasks, what about the workplace itself, the culture?
Yeah, that's fascinating. The potential impact on workplace culture.
How so?
Well, imagine teams where algorithms aren't just tools, but are kind of integral members, contributing, maybe even making decisions.
Wow. Okay. How does that change things? Team dynamics.
Communication.
Big time. You could shift dynamics, how we communicate, maybe even our sense of professional identity.
Yeah.
Who am I in relation to this intelligent machine I work with?
That's a lot to wrap your head around. And it brings up deeper things too, right?
Yeah.
About what we actually value in work. Is it just the output?
Exactly. What about things like creativity, human connection, that feeling of making a personal contribution? Does AI change how we see those? Stepping back, AI kind of forces us to re-examine what work even means, our whole relationship to it. Is it just about being productive?
Or is there more? Like purpose, fulfillment?
Right. A much broader sense of purpose.
So we're really looking at this huge spectrum. On one end, maybe unprecedented innovation, incredible advances. And on the other end, some pretty serious concerns. Inequality, ethics, the future of, well, human connection at work.
It's a lot.
It is. And the key thing is the trajectory isn't set. It's not predetermined. The choices we're making now about developing AI, implementing it, those will shape that future landscape.
Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive.
Yeah.
Our aim really was to offer some grounded perspectives, to look at this really complex mix of tech, economics, and, well, humanity.
Yeah, trying to help you, the listener, think critically about these huge changes that are already starting to happen.
Hopefully equipping you to understand the forces reshaping things and maybe anticipate some of the challenges.
Opportunities ahead.
Definitely. So maybe a final thought to leave you with. Just like that tiny transistor sparked this chain reaction, totally unforeseen stuff. How might AI's transformative power lead to long-term societal shifts, deep changes that maybe right now we just can't even begin to imagine?